And so I was showing you this Cafe Supreme, which I like to have sometime later on in the morning. That just has a real smooth flavor and just gets you in a really good mood, a nice relaxing mood to continue the mood of the early morning. And it's just has a wonderful creamy taste, and you can just really taste the coffee in there with the cream, and it brings out the flavor of the coffee, and it just has a marvelous relaxing mellow flavor to it, which you'll really enjoy. And then later on in the day, especially on these nice cloudy days and everything, or when like it may be going to be raining today, well then I'll pull out this, for the rain. And it's chocolate. It gets you in a good mood on a rainy day. It just makes you feel so good, especially when the air is nice and crisp and all, not too hot. It's just a wonderful coffee, cafe mocha. And boy, I mean, they got that chocolate in there, and they got that coffee in there, and it's just all of this coffee is just so marvelous because it doesn't have any caffeine at all. I mean, zero. I mean, less than decaffeinated does. Because they figured out how to take the herb called Ganoderma lucidium and infuse that and capture that, can totally, capture it and infuse it within the coffee bean so that it's completely one with the coffee bean. Just like we're one with infinite mind, it's completely one with the coffee bean, and it just so that when it's ground up, the lucidium, Ganoderma lucidium, just goes right into your cup, and it has all that health giving. It has a natural uplift. It gives you a natural uplift without the need of stimulants and without the need of caffeine. And it has a health-giving factor that will work on your system over a period of time and cause you to increase your immunity and just generally give you a radiant, uplifting, a healthy appearance and a healthy constitution. And so it's just marvelous. And I'm glad that they've got that in here because I enjoy drinking my coffee. And I wouldn't want something that would be filling me with caffeine and give me the jitters and the heart palpitations and all that like. And then you don't have to worry about when you go to, if you decide to start drinking something else and you want to stop drinking coffee for a while, well, you don't have that withdrawal effect that you would with coffee that's got caffeine in it. And then I have this latte, gourmet latte, which is really good, really wonderful for your evenings. Like when you could just fix you a little of that, and take it when you go into your bedroom and start laying down and relaxing, or just on your couch when you are watching your last little TV program and you're getting ready, getting yourself in the mood for sleeping. You could just relax down with this this kind of a cafe latte that just puts you in a nice, mellow, relaxing mood and get you in a mood to go ahead and start getting toward the dreaming and the sleeping. And so it's just a marvelous thing. You can have it any time of day, but it's just especially good for late night. That's when I use it mostly for late night. And it's just a marvelous thing. And so I'm gonna have this Columbia roast right now that's comes in a little brew cup. So I'm gonna make that. I've got my water poured in here, and I'm getting ready to go. Give me my cup, and then we'll get go ahead and put Tanya Love on and see if she can excite me anymore, if that's possible. She always does. I don't know how it happens, but she always does excite me a little more, even though I don't think it's going to be possible. So I'm going to get her going, and so I can see what she has to say. It's going to be a wonderful program, I know.
Said things that were hurtful and untrue. So when she could see it for what it was, it's an energy. It's one of those feelings she had stuffed down because she didn't know what to do with it. Well, boop, it's right in her face. And instead of getting angry and thrashing around in the water to try to get it away from her, if she could just look into it, which we did together, look into that and say, what is this energy representing and why is it coming up again? Okay, I now realize I was just doing an auric clearing. The intention was to release energies. This is one of those energies. It is coming up so that I can see it, I can understand and learn from what I've learned from this, and now I can release it and I can allow that buoy to float off in the water. I don't need to fight it. I don't need to prove myself to it. I don't need to justify myself or defend myself. I don't need to do any excessive energy. All I need to do is learn from it, thank it for the lesson, and then release it with love and light. I release this woman's energy with love and light. I release this energy of betrayal that has hurt me for so long. I release it with love and light. There is no resistance here. This is where the miracle happens, because you're no longer creating resistance. You are releasing. You are honoring it. You're accepting it for what it is. And if we want to explore the mind of that other woman, I told her the simple way to look at humans, if you don't want to have judgment and get angry at them, is look at it for what it is. When you see a human lashing out and being angry and hateful and creating lies and disruption, this is a very fearful human. This is a human that is totally reacting and living with the influence of fear, and their anger and their fear are controlling them. They have an intense battle happening within themselves. And if you participate with that, if your ego gets triggered and now you're fighting back and forth, all they've done is now included you energetically and vibrationally in that. And now the two of you are creating karma together. And you're creating this energetic exchange that is not very beautiful. So if we can see it with compassion, we can realize this is a woman that's hurting. She feels afraid and she feels rejected because this friend said, I don't want you in my life anymore. You're not treating me with respect. I'm setting a boundary. So this friend who felt very much like they controlled this person suddenly has no control. What does ego do when it has no control? It's going to be nasty. It's going to say hateful things. It's going to behave in crazy ways. And that is about that woman. That is her choice. But the one it's happening to has a choice as well. She can participate, she can get angry, she can get defensive, or she can step back, take a breath, observe it for what it is. Why is this energy in my life? I now learn this lesson. I see that I've attracted this energy to me, and now I release and set it free. It is not about me, but it is an energy that was in my vibrational frequency that I'm now ready to fully release in all directions of time. That is a powerful moment.
Right.
And as the soul chooses that moment to moment, we realize we don't need to be attached to each other. We don't need to be attached to people, to situations, to events, to expectations. It's not that important.
Yes,
what we need to do is stay aligned with our own source. We need to stay authentic and true and have integrity with ourselves. We need to stand in our power. I had another client, she's like 16 or 17. I think she's 17. Really amazing, angelic soul, but very sad, very depressed, had been through a lot of crap, and is one of these souls that so I could relate to her, because when she would talk to me, it was like seeing myself as a teenager. This is such a sweet girl and so patient, but because she's been dealing with this abusive energy of a friend who really pushed her around, she bullies her, she controls her, she kind of like bribes her to do stuff. And this girl, because she's not in her power, she just lets this girl do this, and she goes along with it, and she resents it and gets angry, but she keeps letting people push her around. And so the same thing, I talked to her about it, and I said, you know, what would be different if you actually stood in your power? Can you imagine what that would feel like to tell this girl no when she's bullying you to do something, instead of doing it and then hating yourself? What if you changed that? What if you said to her next time, you know, this doesn't feel right to me, and I'm not going to do anything anymore that doesn't feel right to me, because I am going to love myself and I'm going to have the integrity and honor what feels right to me. That is my most important choice in every moment, is to do that. And so I spoke with this girl last week, and a situation came up where her friend was projecting on her and bullying her and kind of being nasty. And she just told her, I don't need you in my life anymore. Like, you do not treat me with respect, and I don't think it's good that we hang out anymore because I deserve people who honor me and who treat me with respect. Do you think this girl was happy about that? If you're waiting for them to be happy about it before you stand in your power, you're going to be waiting a long time, because a soul that is used to pushing another soul around and taking from it energetically, most likely when that soul says enough is enough, the other one is going to be quite upset about that. And that's exactly what happened. This girl was angry. She was lashing out, calling her name, saying hateful things. And when she reached out and told me what happened, she said, you know, Tanya, it felt really hurtful to hear her say all that nasty stuff to me. But at the same time, I feel so good about myself in standing my ground. I feel so good about the choice I made to clear her from my life, because I feel like it's going to be so different now. And I was so proud of her, because that's what it's about. It is not about if everybody likes us. If I worried every day if everyone liked Tanya, I would be freaked out. And I used to be. When I was in my 20s, I was constantly like, oh, am I doing enough? Do they like me? I hope these people like me. Ironically, I attracted all the wrong people to me that didn't like me. And I constantly felt like I was performing to be enough. So if we do the work and we heal ourselves and realize, do I like me? If I like me, that means I have integrity. I'm impeccable with my word. I say what I mean what I say. I walk my talk. If I like me, I'm doing my best every day. I'm not taking things personal. I'm not making assumptions. My ego is clear. I have released ego, because ego does not help me. It does not make me feel better or more confident. So that becomes the priority, is, do I like me? Not, do I care about what everyone else thinks about me? And interestingly enough, when you make this transition, the ones who you've had around you that were just taking from you seem to kind of fade away pretty quickly. But interestingly enough, these other souls will come in that suddenly show you the honor and the kindness and the love and the respect that you've always deserved, but you never let it in vibrationally because you were so focused on this other energy. You were so focused on proving yourself, on being enough, that that's all that you could let in. And so when we understand the laws of attraction, we really start to get into this place of energy where everything is about energy. It is not about if you're worthy or that person's better, or were they born in this family, or did this one get this accomplishment. That is all ego. What really starts to matter is vibrationally, how much do I love myself? Am I in alignment? Do I feel I deserve love? Do I feel I deserve abundance? Do I feel I deserve honor? Because once you understand that you do, and you do not tolerate less than that, everything changes. And yes, many people will leave your life if your whole life has been built, around people who take from you. Don't be sad and cry and freak out when a lot of people leave your life. Celebrate it. Celebrate it and send them love. Thank them for the lessons. When I went through a lot of transition in my own personal life, I remember it actually blew my mind how many people left my life. Family, friends, you name it. But what I realized was what a relief it felt to actually not feel like I had to prove anything anymore, not feel like I had to perform. I could just be me. And if people really loved me, they came closer. And that was nice. And the ones who never really did, they took off, said nasty things on their way out, and I released them with love. When I used to fight it and I used to feel like I had to prove something, that was quite exhausting, and it didn't clear the energy. They kept coming around. And so we got to get to these places where, let's say you got a friend texting you hateful things, and you tell that person, I really deserve to be spoken to with respect. If you can't speak to me with respect, please don't text me again, because this isn't kind. So let's say they do it again and they write you more hateful things. Now you can either honor yourself and you can block their number. You can do many things to actually show them that you're not going to tolerate it. But what I don't encourage is you to keep talking to them and to keep defending yourself and to keep texting them back and to go and tell other people to text. And it just creates so much drama. So if you can just speak your truth to someone, and if they show you they do not honor your